Welcome to Unmuzzled Chat. Folks, I missed you. I'm alive. I made it up into the mountains, and I'm just so grateful to be up here. Not just the fact that it's cooler, but this is God's country. This is more so what we were built and made to experience. Being in the dirt, being on the ground, not these concrete cities up off the ground. I really feel that is a huge attributor as to why we have become our own issues, solely due to the fact we've gotten so far away from what is healthy and natural. Spend more time in the Bible, in the Word, and I hope that just leads me to serving you all better. Now, this is wild. Got set up just in time to watch some of this debate between Trump and Biden. Wow. Where to even begin? Biden is clearly on his deathbed. It's so evident, clear. That demon is not doing well. The only thing Biden was good at was acting childish, perpetuating hoaxes that have been entirely debunked and 100% proven wrong. Just what a liar. He's a sociopathic, narcissistic liar, among many other things. I mean, doesn't it just expose, whatever you want to call it, the deep state? Some might even say, oh, danger zone, but the Israel lobby. Some may say the globalists, New World Order, whatever you want to call it. But the fact that they have such a schmuck as Joe Biden that's delusional, doesn't even know where he's at. Lord knows what drugs they put together to get him to even semi-function in that debate. Who's to say? The dude barely even blinked. He just had this death stare the whole time. That man or demon disgusts me. How could he not? When you actually read his own daughter's verified journal, when you look into the contents of his own son's laptop that implicates him on, as much as he wants to blast Trump and felonies or something, like, that's all chalked up. That's a witch hunt. But the hundreds of felony, even treasonous charges that could come if we actually had a system that was operating fairly or just simply doing its job. It was clear to me, even as Trump stated, that he, Trump, has the bigger heart. That Trump, in fact, cares more for the Dems and libs that disguise Trump because they've been drinking the Kool-Aid of mainstream media, and they've just taken these propagandist narratives hook, line, sinker. Because even with the hoaxes that Biden talked about and the lies he talked out on it, the left is still running with those narratives, even though it's been debunked, as though it's true. And the sad truth is, a lot of people will fall for it because that's the only news source they're going to listen to. You know, that's why it's so important we just highlight, hey guys, to anyone that's tuning into that, you're only going to know what they want you to know. And can't you see they're owned, paid for, bought? Sourcing information in this information age is the most crucial thing we could do. But to that point, Trump cares more for the Biden supporters than Biden cares for his own supporters. Heck, even then Biden cares for like his own family. How could I make a statement like that? You don't know him. You don't know his family. The way he implicated his son in the dealings abroad, obviously his daughter's journal speaks for itself. Just do your own research. I've spoon-fed a lot of the information. Maybe dive into some of the other episodes. I could feel the fatigue really hitting me. So I'm just anxious to get through and see if all operations and I can upload out here. To be determined. Fingers are crossed. So I've got some pretty awesome and powerful and helpful clips all queued up. Let's just dive through them, see how things go, but definitely stay through the end because as we so often do, we kind of leave a lot of the bombshell content nearing the end. And no, it's not just a tactic to get people to go through our whole episodes. Sometimes it's just best to leave on a good note or just something powerful enough that is going to lead to us taking more action or pondering, Anyway, so it's pretty cool that Joe Rogan himself seems to get it to an extent. I mean, he's not really diving into much of the specifics, but nonetheless, this is pretty powerful. Quite a few things he touches on, and he wraps up really strong in the end. So give this one a listen.
I think that Xi Jinping knows those politicians don't really run jack shit.
Ooh.
It's what Trump likes to call the deep state. The deep state real. It's real. There's a bunch of people that run the government.
Yes.
Who are they, though?
Well, there's a lot of money. There's heads of immense corporations that have incredible financial control and influence on politicians. This is the reason why lobbyists are some of the richest fucking people in the country. Like some of the richest real estate is in Virginia.
But we'll name names. So much of it ties into Soros. So much of it ties into BlackRock. So much of it ties into AIPAC. So much of it ties into the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, and so much of it even ties into the royal families. There's this big web. And to an extent, it's important. We all could do our homework. But more importantly, that we just acknowledge the levels of corruption so we can go after the West Central banks and the Federal Reserve, even the IRS, and abolish all these things that have debted this country and enslaved the very citizens of this country and financially rewarded freaking this mob, essentially, now running the show on a global stage. He's saying it, but in a sense, like what Trump's stating regarding the deep state is real. It's real, folks. I know the majority of Unmuzzled chat. You guys know what's up. I'm just obviously going to continue to talk about it in ways as we hopefully pay it forward and forward this message on. Those words are meant for the ones that are like, what do you know what I'm getting at. I'm exhausted. Cut me some slack, all right? I only had a few hours of sleep last night, but I'm showing up, okay? Let's continue.
Right outside of D.C., and a lot of it's lobbyists. The amount of money that they pour into campaigns and pour into making sure that their agendas are being met and that their businesses get to grow because of regulations or lack of regulations or tariffs or lack of tariffs or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. That's who runs things really and makes decisions. And then the politicians keep us embattled in these social squabbles.
Good point.
You know, it's like when Kamala Harris had this guy in a dress with a beard come to the White House recently, and she's oh my God, for Pride Month, come on in, you're in the White House. Like, that is to accentuate the social squabbling. It's so people get fired up, yay, queers are in the White House, and then other people go, what the fuck are queers doing in the White House? It's like that. This is a part of the grand plan to keep people not paying attention to the really important issues.
Yep, it's not just divide and conquer. It's the squirrel tactics. It's the smoke and the mirrors. It's keeping us just hyper-focused on these, really preying on our emotions and keeping us fired up and not focusing on the real important issues. I mean, that right there is enough. We could just end the episode on that and really absorb that deeply. Then we could obviously minimize the odds and kind of catch ourselves like, oh shoot, am I getting wrapped up in their plan? How could I be more effective on this topic? And oh yeah, because I do it too. We all get wrapped up in it.
And to just constantly, it's like these fucking beach balls they throw up at a concert. They constantly get thrown up. There's gay marriage. They're going to take away gay marriage now. They're going to take away abortion. They're going to take away this. Guns, the border. And they just keep throwing these things in the air. So you're just like looking left and right and looking left and right. And while this is going on, there's all sorts of laws being passed that allow them to look at any computer, any laptop, any phone. They're going to be able to bypass encryption with AI. I was just watching a video where a security expert was talking about that. He was talking about what's that guy's name? Rob Braxman. He was talking about how AI in your operating system, like once they get AI in your operating system, all this stuff like Signal and WhatsApp, encrypted end-to-end encrypted devices, that's nonsense. It's not going to work anymore. It's not going to do anything. They're going to be able to get your information before it's encrypted as you're typing it before you send it. Everything is going to be transparent. They'll have access to anything they want, anything you have on any device. It doesn't matter what kind of encryption, what kind of bullshit you're using. All that's out the window.
That is so messed up. We are the private citizens of this country. Governments and these corporations that are running the governments have no business diving into our privacy, and we're giving it over voluntarily in droves. I mean, World Economic Forum already says he who has all the data controls the future, not just the future of humanity, but of life itself. It's wild, but it's so upside down, isn't it? Where's the transparency with our government? I mean, we can't even get the current sitting president impeached and indictments and all these things going over Hunter's laptop. And there are horrific things that implicate so many people. Think about Epstein in the list. And I mean, there's so many examples to go through, yet they have everything on us. Just think of the bribe material they could use futuristically, even legal action they could take. I mean, we've all been young and dumb. Could be private things between a husband and a wife. Let's continue on. Okay. They did this Wi-Fi test in this classroom, and the outcome is nothing shy than shocking. And my question to all of you are, when are the Americans going to wake up and start protecting ourselves? I mean, we could start by tearing down the 5G weapons. Help us on this podcast. Help us get this message out. It's like, there are so many other tests that have been done that prove how harmful these frequencies are for us. It's actually why I'm looking forward to spending this time out in nature with the ability of shutting all of this down when I'm not streaming and uploading, so my body could recover and heal. So I'm even kind of going to grave lengths here to kind of experiment and hopefully speak out on some personal experience here. But all those other studies aside, we're very visual creatures. And so this one you might want to watch yourself, but it's very powerful and you just can't make this stuff up. Let's go ahead and play it.
One of them is going to be exposed to high levels, and the whole reason that we've covered them in tinfoil is because the environment of this classroom is filled with that.
So they put like Wi-Fi blocking spaces and it kind of looks like a box, and they planted, I'm not sure what seeds, but some type of seeds with a router inside of this like kind of Faraday cage. And then they planted the same seeds into a kind of Faraday cage without the Wi-Fi to see what would happen. If they grow the same, if they grow different, one grows, one doesn't grow. Here.
Right, so we had to try to isolate the plants inside of there and not let the Wi-Fi
bunch of tinfoil.
I don't really know if it'll affect anything because, like, I grow plants in my, like, I have Wi-Fi in my house and I grow plants all the time and they grow fine.
It's gonna die.
Think so?
Yeah.
Wow. So Wi-Fi off. 3-day experiment. 15 hours in, it's already budding and Wi-Fi off. Wow, so much growth. 40 hours in. Wow, 60 hours in. Wi-Fi on, nothing. 20 hours in. 30 hours in. 40 hours in, nothing. No growth. 0. 70 hours in, no growth.
It blew my mind that the Wi-Fi off, like, the plants are growing.
Yeah.
But Wi-Fi on, the plants are growing. So I think that when the Wi-Fi's on, it's affecting the world. Like, affecting the whole entire world.
The kid nailed it. It doesn't take any rocket scientist. And we're sending signals everywhere now. And I believe 5G has nothing to do with our cellular speed. Once again, refer back to a previous episode where we had that phone tech. Y'all know, no 5G chips in the phones. So why are they upcharging us? What are they installing in these towers? I believe it's more monitoring, more control, and it's just frequency weapons. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I actually have evidence and information to more so support that. So it boggles my mind that so many just want to stay blind and ignorant to it. But right there visually, all these links will be in the comments below. Watch this one. Check it out for yourself. Heck, if it isn't enough for you to be like, wow, maybe I should not use Bluetooth earbuds or turn my Wi-Fi, like that's where I airplane mode my phone at night, and I'm going to be shutting all this Wi-Fi off when I sleep. Maybe do your own plant life experiment. I'm playing these things because I care about you folks. We've been dumbed down. How else do we become so willing to let our freedoms in tyranny, like tyranny overreach, and put us in smaller boxes and tax us to oblivion? Like, how else do we, supposed free country, supposed free people, allow all that? We've been dumbed down. We've been sickened. Our resilience, our lights have been dimmed. And it's time to acknowledge the things that are dimming our light so we can really glow. We'll see things more clearly. We'll see the way out of things more clearly. So it's time to take things really serious on personal levels, because it freaking matters. It's your function. It's how you feel. It's your experience. It's your life. It's everything. I hope you take it serious. There's so much we've been spoon-fed, and it's just time we rewire our brains. And I like how he puts it. So let's hear this one out.
I've never recovered from finding out that the food pyramid was a scam.
I've never recovered from finding out that the food pyramid was a scam. Like, it's still boggling minds when people grasp it. But let's continue.
Yeah, that was just the degree to which that's a scam is, I don't know, is there a worse medical crime in history than that?
No, I mean, telling Americans to load up on 7 to 11 servings of grains every single day.
Yeah. And to find out that was a marketing ploy by the Department of Agriculture and that they went against the advice even of their own consultants who warned them that they would produce an epidemic of obesity and diabetes, which is, and not to say nothing of depression and dementia, which is exactly what we have now.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't know what you even do when you find out that that's true.
Yeah, and the unwarranted demonization of natural fat-containing foods, nutrient-dense foods like animal source food.
We go after everyone that instigated it. Who is behind those institutions? It becomes the same individuals on all of these other things. It's crazy. The same ones that don't care that Biden can't function. They don't need him to function because they're running the show.
Foods which continue to be demonized.
Even by the American Diabetic is it Association Society? I don't remember which one is still pushing the notion that, diabetics can eat carbohydrates. Like, actually, I don't think so. I don't think that's a very good idea since they're converted to sugar. Yeah. I've never recovered from finding.
I mean, there's so many other things, right? The childhood vaccine schedule. So many things. It's like, the truth really does set us free, though. We have been blindly trusting for far too long. It truly does boggle my mind as to how we've been duped. I've been duped. I'm sure I'll be duped again in the future. Maybe even to a degree now. Who knows? I like how this lady talks about it. It's here because it's kind of a continuum on the same note.
They don't want us to know that we can heal ourselves. They don't want us to know that through a simple lifestyle and diet change, we can thrive. They don't want us to know that the medications they are giving us is only putting a Band-Aid on the problem, never healing. They don't want us to know that the highly processed food, the highly processed sugar is what is causing the inflammation. It's causing the diabetes. It's causing the heart disease. It's causing the cancer. They don't want us to know that it's causing the stress, causing the anxiety, causing the depression. As you are sitting there suffering, they don't want us to know because they want us to stay addicted. They don't want us to know, but we know. They don't want us to know that we can heal ourselves.
It's how they profit. I believe it repeats everything she said. But if you were to watch this for the first time, it's worth watching it all the way through because it's having, like right now on the screen, ancient remedies. And it's got aloe, aspen, bee pollen, beeswax. And the description is so aspen used in a tea to treat fever, coughs, and pain. Anyway, so there's all these valuable pop-ups. I'd say it's worth checking that one out. Plus, it's very motivational. Just very well done. All right. We've warned about this whole appeal before, but just another source speaking out on it. Maybe this beautiful lady will trigger remembrance even as you're in the grocery store and you see this label for yourself. Let's give this a listen. Why do I care so badly about your health? I feel to an extent health is going to be a forever staple on this platform because even if we kind of fix the world, like as we up our resilience and make connections and health and break through, like next level, and more light, more connection, there's just more meaning. You absorb more value out of your existence. But in our current troubled time, I believe this also to be a cornerstone, a foundational stone for us on individual levels that will propel us to actually becoming independent solutions to the bigger issues.
PSA for anyone going to the grocery store. Yes, even natural health food stores. Next time you're in the produce aisle, please be on the lookout for this label. And whatever you do, do not go near it. Appeal, or EdAppeal, is a World Economic Forum.
World Economic Forum. And just to describe it, it's green, says appeal, looks like I don't know if you call that an apple. It's a green circle with a white center, and it's got 2 leaves. Anyway.
And Bill Gates funded product that is being sprayed on fruits and vegetables, which are on the verge of spoiling, so that they appear fresh and last longer. Even more frightening is the fact that Appeal has been approved for use on USDA organic produce under the name OrganAppeal. The main ingredient found in the Appeal coating is mono and diglycerides, which are extracted from grapeseed oil. This is then processed with the use of 2 solvents, which are ethyl acetate and heptane, both of which are hazardous chemicals known to seriously damage internal organs in the case of repeated exposure. This coating cannot be washed off. Additionally, the World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer, or IARC, recognized glycidol, another name for these same ingredients, as, quote, probably carcinogenic to humans. So why are they spraying this literal poison on our food? Well, ironically, the Appeal coating is generally recognized as safe, meaning the safety review was completed by the food and chemical industry as opposed to the FDA. Not that they're at all better. And while the approval process for these toxic solvents are rather unclear, one thing is for certain. Appeal should be kept far, far away from our food supply.
Yep.
The ability of this $2 billion Bill Gates-backed startup to just quietly slip in to extend the life of food with absolutely zero proof of preserving any nutritional value should remind every American of the importance of eating organic, local, and chemical-free food.
Right.
But if the evidence here isn't enough to convince you, take a look at what Appeal allegedly does to the food itself.
When she opens it, and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break.
Now, we've played some of these, and it was debatable as to whether maybe this product was the cause, or if in fact this was like printed food or created food, like, modified. Why don't we have control and full observation over everything? We should know everything. There shouldn't be any secrecy to the food we eat. The governments that are there to serve we the people. It's so freaking backwards.
And when it pulls, it's like it's glue.
Like, it's not even breaking.
It's not even food.
At all. And I know you guys can't feel the texture, Avi, right? Because it's a video. But it literally feels fake.
Is it clear yet? The tyrannical globalists will stop at nothing to completely railroad anyone trying to live a wholesome, healthy life.
Yep.
They'll do anything to try and kill off the resistors who refuse to align with their dystopian, dismal future, where you'll be forced to eat bugs and own nothing and be happy. It's time to start growing your own food or buying food from your local farmer's market if you don't already. These megalomaniacs are on a mission to destroy all that is good in this life, and we absolutely cannot let them win.
Amen. We cannot let them win. The fact of the matter is, when I went and I picked up some more ground beef from a local farmer, which I love, they're freaking so awesome. It's like you actually make friends with people there. Everyone's it's like a whole different world than your regular markets. We had the discussion upon, as I'm checking out, just clicked. The powerful part I want to touch on is how we, especially as Americans, will like sell our souls basically for convenience. And I'd like to change the lens on convenience, because never has it been more convenient to even go to these support local farmer markets. Never. It's more convenient than ever. But it's also more convenient to feed yourself poison more than ever. The choice is yours, but you'd actually be fooling yourself that you're saving time and money and things like that on the poison, because the grocer is like walking distance, because we know where that's going to lead. And the stats in this freaking country are horrific. So now think futuristically. I mean, is your doctor walking distance? Is your doctor cheaper than what the healthy organics would have cost, or even growing your own garden? I know it seems like a lot of work or whatnot, but we got to change the lenses and see things more truly, like big picture, and the reality of it all. Okay. Guys, this is nuts. I was like, be sure to save this one and share it with all the hacked Harari, World Economic Forum, that we're a bunch humans are now hackable animals. So we've even shown proof is to hacked individuals. This is important because when people want to, conspiracy theorists, like, hey, whoa. Are you hacked? Like, this is bombshell. And we need to share this with family and friends, because we need to put a stop to this ASAP, because you and I are being poisoned. It's happening right here in Arizona. It's happening in so many other countries and in so many other states. But if chemtrails aren't real, why do they disappear when you ban them? It's a very legit question. Look, watch this video. Clear skies. Regular clouds.
It's been well over 30 days in Tennessee since Congress banned chemtrails. We used to have stripes all day long, every day in the sky. Guess what? Still haven't seen a single chemtrail in the sky since the Tennessee Congress banned chemtrails in Tennessee. Oh, I thought that was a conspiracy theory. Isn't that funny how all the stripes just disappeared out of the sky magically as soon as they banned it? Not a single one. It's been well over 30 days. Funny how that works.
Now I want to check up on that. Tennessee. See if anyone's seeing any more streaks in the sky. This is one gentleman speaking out on it. I can see clearly no streaks in the sky. Looks beautiful. Looks more blue than I've even seen in a while. Pure blue. To the hacked, can you grasp that? Because maybe this just went over your head, because people are saying chemtrails are contrails, and so many to this day. When I reposted these, even on X, the description and definitions of contrails, chemtrails aren't, and they're just trying to manipulate still. You do anything like this on YouTube, same thing. Facebook, same thing. They're trying to stay ahead of the narrative. Why? Because they want you sick. But Tennessee successfully banned it. The thing that they say is natural and that they're not spraying. But when they put a ban to it, the streaks in the sky stopped. So you are being sprayed. It is harmful to you, all of us. And if you don't know like how or why, here we go. This is all you need to know.
Researchers from geoengineeringwatch.org were able to acquire a NOAA flying lab, which is just a plane that's set up for lab testing of the atmosphere. And what they did is they took this plane up right into one of these guys and took samples from beneath it, inside of it, and above it. Mm-hmm. And they found exactly what they were expecting. With that test, they were able to confirm that, in fact, they are spraying into our air a whole array of heavy metals, including aluminum, barium, and strontium. So what does this mean for us? They don't really care. Exposure to these kind of heavy metals are linked to things as small as cognitive impairments in children, like behavioral issues, sensory issues, ASD, or even ADHD, all the way up to conditions like Alzheimer's and even cancer. One of the most important things that we can do about this is start bringing awareness to it in the hopes that maybe we could begin to ban weather modification, just like other states are doing too. Second most important thing we can do, heavy metal detox. We're breathing these metals in whether we like it or not, and we need to make sure we're protecting ourselves and our family from the side effects.
I wasn't planning on it, but let me jump to this other clip because it's right along those lines. And our internet seems to be working decent enough. Right here, this older gentleman tells us what's up.
Now a household necessity. So you must sauna and you don't have a choice. So if you're not saunaing on a regular basis, you're making a mistake. And we can measure all these terrible chemicals in you. The only reliable way we know how to get rid of them is with a sauna. And so I sauna twice a week for 60 to 90 minutes at a time.
Wow.
The saunas are now a household necessity.
The saunas are now a household necessity. No wonder I'm having big breakthrough personally, even with Lyme disease. Big breakthroughs ever since I got the Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket. And I'm just so grateful that we were able to set up that affiliated account and pass on a 15% savings to all of you. Because on that infrared sauna blanket, that's over $100 savings. And they got the right frequencies. It goes in the right depths. It's crazy. So I now have designated clothing I wear when I use it because it's going to be kind of gross. But they stink. Even when they get washed, they still come out stinky, which is crazy. My gym clothes don't stink, but this does. It's detoxifying things and magnifying our natural way of detoxifying all these horrific things on such a level. Like that Bond Charge, I'm telling you, it works so effectively and so conveniently. And yes, I actually brought it on my trip. As much as I'm like, yes, get out of the heat, I am still going to integrate that to what this gentleman said, at minimum twice a week. And I typically do as hot as I can, and I'll do at least a 60-minute just hang out. Even if you pulled your arms out and read a book, or put your arms in and watched a film, or listen to an audible. I mean, you could chat with whomever, set it up on a couch. It contains everything. It is super easy and convenient to wipe, let air out, and then just throw it to the side of the bed. By the time you're rinsed off, it's all dried up. You throw it in your closet. It's amazing. And it's literally folded up in my truck currently, sitting on the floor below the seat on the passenger side. So it's not even taking up that much space. I'm in a really cramped, tiny little camper here, but when I use it, I'll find a place to store it even in here. Just like that other gal said about using tinctures. There are tinctures that have had amazing impacts. I know none better than Masterpiece. And more doctors are singing its praises. So be sure to click the link below and go order up some Masterpiece to magnify the detoxifying of all this poison. That might just give us the boost we need of people getting their health to, dang it, enough's enough, and start getting loud and stop the actual poisoning of our skies. Could this be why the deep state's so set on destroying Trump? Could this be? This is a whole video, but we're just going to play the first little bit.
I want to make it clear today that my administration will focus on ending the absolutely horrific practice of human trafficking.
I must have
And I am prepared to bring the full force and weight of our government in order to solve this horrific problem.
So celebrities.
Solving the human trafficking epidemic is a priority for my administration.
Guys, this is horrific. I mean, we gotta upper health. We gotta onboard. We gotta put a stop to this. We gotta put a stop to the evil corruption that's preying on freaking children. What are we doing? Could it be? That's why they're so maliciously going after Trump. Think about Epstein and his ties. Clinton, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates. So many. Freaking sick. All right, so Dr. McCullough here. I'm actually running longer than I wanted to, but Dr. McCullough here speaks on detoxifying the body of the spike proteins. So let's give this.
It's called.
Come on now. Let's start it.
Having COVID. So most of this is being whitewashed as long COVID. The Biden administration and HHS has written a research plan. They spent $1 billion on long COVID. In that research plan, they never consider whether the vaccine is the cause of the problem. They assume it's COVID. In fact, it's all whitewashed as COVID. That $1 billion has generated 0 new drugs, 0 protocols or strategies.
What did they do?
0 new in vitro diagnostics. It's the biggest waste of $1 billion scientific dollars I've ever seen in my life.
You hear that? Enough is enough, folks.
Nothing's been generated out of it. So myself and others have taken matters into our own hands.
These people don't care about us. That's why they demonize HCQ and ivermectin and try to enforce a bioweapon jab. What are we doing?
And we've published the first peer-reviewed journal on detoxification of the spike protein, removing the spike protein from the base. It's all tooth removal using 3 natural substances. First one is nattokinase, 2,000 units twice a day as a low dose, can be increased. Bromelain, 500 milligrams a day. And then curcumin, which is a derivative of turmeric, 500 milligrams twice a day.
Okay. I'll put the clip in so you can watch this in its entirety. This is horrific. 4 Palestinian civilians were trying to return to their homes in North Gaza. Israel just killed them in cold blood. They're not carrying weapons, anything. They're just walking by. I initially thought they stepped on a landmine because they just get incinerated, but in this slow-mo, you can actually pause it and see, yep, the strike come down. So it was a missile strike. It's just disgusting. War, death, murder. What do you bet? We rule out this corruption, this cabal, this globalist infrastructure, countries will get along. Different skin pigmentation, or some might say races, which there's one race, the human race. We're all God's children. We all bleed the same color red, but we'd all get along. What do you bet? To Joe Rogan's point, this gets used to, polarize, and then not focus on the freaking issue, which are the freaking people at the top instigating all this. Is we actually look into the facts on Nazi Germany and World War I, World War II. There's very compelling evidence and information and documentaries that pretty much will leave you, if you do enough digging, these weren't natural wars. This cabal instigated all of that as well into our bloodshed, our loss, their enrichment, their more tyrannical control, their abilities to write history. It's wild, folks. We got to wake up. We truly do live in the Matrix. We've just been plugged in, not even realizing these machines. That literally was a documentary, not a movie. Now we're living out our lives, but they're bleeding us dry on the bank accounts and our production in this deaded system. The concepts, everything's the same. But with all this evil, with everything that's happening, they're still warriors. They're still men of God taking a stance, standing strong. And I applaud this, man. Let's give this a listen, and this will be our last clip.
We're going to make an important announcement today regarding the Bible and the Ten Commandments. My staff has been looking at Oklahoma statute. We've been looking at Oklahoma academic standards. And it's crystal clear to us that in the Oklahoma academic standards, under Title 70, multiple occasions, the Bible is a necessary historical document to teach our kids about the history of this country.
Yes.
To have a complete understanding of Western civilization. To have an understanding of the basis of our legal system.
Yes.
And it's frankly, we're talking about the Bible, one of the most foundational documents used for the Constitution and the birth of our country. We also find major points in history that refer to the Bible, that reference the Bible. We see multiple figures, whether we're talking about the Federalist Papers, constitutional conventional arguments, and Martin Luther King Jr., who use it as a tremendous impetus for the civil rights movement and tie many of those arguments back to the Bible. Wow. It is essential that our kids have an understanding of the Bible and its historical context. So we will be issuing a memo today that every school district will adhere to, which is that every teacher, every classroom in the state will have a Bible in the classroom.
Fantastic.
And we'll be teaching from the Bible in the classroom.
Wow.
To ensure that this historical understanding is there for every student in the state of Oklahoma in accordance with our academic standards and state law.
Historical facts and data like that. What a beautiful thing. Does this mean they're instilling their beliefs on you? No, just like any of those other books. Math, English, Tom Sawyer, whatever book they have you read. But this is historical data. What do they say? It's not a singular book. It's 80 or I can't remember. But it's a whole bunch of books in one. And it's your choice. It's always your choice to believe whether it's true. That's your choice. But it's important. There's no greater book to integrate into our education system than the Bible. So I applaud that, man. I hope every single state follows suit 100%. Golly, talk about real education. That's so cool. Now, shout out to Caitlin. She gave me this isn't a daily devotional. It's a prayer book, I guess. 1 minute prayers for men. It's wild because I just happened. The bookmark was over here, but for the first time, I opened it up and this is just what it landed on. And I'm excited to dive into this more as well, especially as I'm out here in nature and trying to connect to our higher power, to God, to our Savior, Jesus Christ. Are they all labeled? Oh, so this one's under time. The days are evil. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. Ephesians 5:15-16. So much is going on in our nation right now. On one hand, the days are indeed evil, but still you give light so that we might shine in the darkness. Sometimes I'm tempted to fear for the future. Will there be terrorist attacks near me? Pandemics, financial collapse. No matter what's ahead, I will live wisely, Lord. With your power in me, I will make the most of every opportunity, taking care to give you praise for sustaining me in all that happens. To be present in the moment. Well, let's just check out this Ephesians 5. what was it? 15 through 17 or something. Ooh, I like to even jump ahead a bit here. Awake, O sleeper, rise up from the dead, and Christ will give you light. Wow. Evil's trying to dim our lights, fighting so hard, and has been so effective with so many. That's why we just need more emitting light. So be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do. Don't be drunk with wine, because that will ruin your life instead of be filled with the Holy Spirit. I'll leave the rest for you fine folk to check out. But that book, that roadmap, that gift to each and every one of us, I'm so grateful for it. All right, time to try this upload. Hope the connection works. But I'm grateful for this moment in time. I'm grateful to take part in whatever positive impact I can have. I thank all of you for your continual support, for helping forward this message along, helping this platform grow to reach more people. Could there be someone you know in your life that would benefit from this episode? If so, don't hesitate. Let's send it out. Be sure to check out Patriot Mobile. Click the link below or call them. Give them promo code Unmuzzled. They'll waive the fees. They'll set you up. They'll treat you right. There's a chance you'll save money. You'll more than likely get better cellular coverage and a blanket of security and privacy with that network. You will no longer be funding 100% to the enemies that want to seek your demise, and you're now funding an amazing company, a conservative company, a Christian company that is on the front lines fighting on behalf of our freedoms, our veterans, and so much more. I love you guys. I hope we seize this moment in time, and better, brighter days, and the best is yet to come. I know through unity, through some humility, we could achieve just that together. God bless you guys. God bless America. Until next time, take care.